Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Nelson, Star Dr. Lieutenant, and today I saw Edge of Tomorrow. Basically, this movie is kind of like a mix between Groundhog's Day and Starship Troopers and Aliens and a total mix. Now, I'm going to straight up say this. The premise to this film and story is nothing new. We've seen it before. Like how I said, it's the story from Groundhog's Day. And with the story like that, you're going to predict certain things, and they're going to happen. But quickly summarize up the story. Tom Cruise's character was thrown into this military for being a deserter in his own crew. And he is forced into a beach type of battle that's just like Normandy from World War II. And from there, it kind of evolves and goes, and yet he was injected with something, or I'm not sure if he was injected, but he has something inside of him that kind of makes him relive a day. It's like just a Groundhog's Day. You understand the purpose of that, and basically it goes on from there, and the day repeats, and he kind of learns from what happens before, and that kind of goes on and on and on. And with a story like that, you would say, well, after a while, that will get repetitive. And basically, he basically comes across Emily Blunt's character in the battlefield, and she says at one point, "Meet me when you wake up," and he does, and he meets her, and it kind of goes on from there. And that's all I'm gonna tell you, because there's a lot of things that I do not want to spoil in this video. And first, I'm gonna tell you what I like about this film. Above all things, I liked the effects. For the atmosphere of this film, it really makes it feel like it's a big and captivating film that really dictates a lot of its atmosphere and lets you really sink in where it takes and how it really has an effect on everyone. And it's pretty good. The other thing I like about this film is both Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt have a lot of great chemistry together. And they're both really, really awesome. They're really, really badass. They kick a lot of ass in the film, and they have great chemistry. They're just wonderful together, and they really do, to me, sell a lot of good scenes together. The battle scenes were pretty tense, and they may seem a bit too video game-esque at times, but it's like they're fun. They're not bad. They're good. And there's a great balance between this film being serious and with a lot of heavy drama, a lot of great backstory, a lot of great exposition being told, while being greatly balanced out with some great comedy. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of great comedy, especially a film like this that is essentially in its own sense an action film, but yeah, it's also really damn funny too. I was actually pleasantly surprised from the comedy, in my view. And there's like some time during this film, to me, it really seemed like a lot like there's a lot of elements that borrowed greatly from 1989's Aliens film, which I thought was very, very good. Which also starred Bill Paxton. And I'll get to him in it too, which I thought was really, really good. I'm like, if both from that film, go ahead. That's a great film. And also, the cinematography parts is actually really, really good too. It really does embrace you for what the atmosphere is, and it really does allow you to really settle down, and really makes you feel like you're in these places with them. Like, it's a really well shot movie. And there's a lot of I really like the effects in this film, not the CGI effects, I mean like the practical effects. The practical effects are actually very, very good too. I really like them too, especially those suits. I look awesome, by the way. I actually think they're very, very well done. Well made suits. And I also like the idea of this film. I also really like Bill Paxton in this film, because it seems like his character from Aliens, I'm referencing a lot of this film, a lot from the 1999 film Aliens. It seems like his character from Aliens grew up, and he has the same attitude and look, and it's still really funny to watch him. And although this film has nothing, I mean, it has a lot of critical applause. Like, this film has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's incredible. Don't kill me, because I'm sorry now, but we are now going to the areas where I didn't like it. Part number one that I didn't like about this film. Okay, with a sense of story like this, there's moments where it would get pretty repetitive. It's like, yeah, we know what's gonna happen. Yeah, and it kind of does have that idea of the editing. It's like, yeah, we know what's going to go on. It kind of edits forward and it shows you what you would think it shows, and yet it shows you what you haven't seen. I'm like, that's kind of how I'm good. But for me, at parts, it got quite repetitive, and I'm like, please add something new instead of addressing what has happened before. I'm like, oh, please, let's do that, please. The second thing I did not like was the effects on the robots or the enemies. Because of the design, it's very, very savory like that, or very much wavery like that. The effects going to the shape of the creatures seemed very, very distracting, and they really stood out for some weird reason, which I truly didn't like, because A, they took away from the action, and B, it was very, very distracting. And besides, the effects, not just on the robots, but whenever the characters would interact with it and the way it would show on the camera in a movie way, it seemed like it was very, very jarring and edited very, very, very fast, and it's like the action, I couldn't get into that much. Like, above all things, this is an action film, and in my view, it kind of fails on that level. I'm like, come on, don't fail me or what I expect from a film like this. And which is my least favorite thing about this film, is the ending. I really hated the ending. Like, I'm sorry, but I really hated the ending. I thought the ending was just like, to me, it kind of felt like, oh, it's like we brought you all through these certain events in the story. It's like, I'm going to give you a tidbit of what happened. I'm not going to spoil anything here, but let me just say this. Anyone who has seen this film, and you know what happens in the end, to me, it felt like nothing was truly resolved. It's like, we took you all through these events, and in the end, it's like, hey, this happened to the enemy. It's like, what? Okay, I'm like, alright, good. But it seemed like, with the story that I had, it's kind of like, it kind of riddled on that too much, and it kind of felt like you could get away with certain things, and I'm like, no, it's not. It felt quite predictable too. It's like, with a story like this, you know where the direction is going, and you know what's going to finally happen. You know what the resolution is, and I'm sorry, it kind of feels like that at times too. Overall, this is not a perfect film. And people have been saying this is an incredible film. I do not agree with that totally, but I'm not saying above all things that it's not a bad movie by any means. If anything, I do think this is overall a legitimate good film, but it does fail on a few things too. So overall, there's some good things I really do like about it, but there's a few things I did not like about it too. For me, it's like, overall, it's I cannot form proper English right now. Sorry. My overall rating for this film will be probably, I'm going to give this film 70%. So everyone, thank you for watching. This is my, and yeah, it's kind of hard. So thank you for watching, and I hope, remember, stay strong and stay around for the next video, which I'm hoping would be probably How to Train Your Dragon 2 because I really want to see that. I'm very excited to see How to Train Your Dragon 2. Thank you for watching, everyone, and like, subscribe if you want, and remember, stay strong. Remember, stay. Oops. Remember, stay strong and fight for his survival, because he will not get another one. In fact, you both forget this video in 3, 2, 1.